Hello, beautiful people. My name is Vladimir Dashkov. I have a Russian name, although I'm pretty much Greek Australian. Fate has, played a funny joke on me, and I am an owner of an architectural practice in St. Petersburg, Russia. And for the past 25 years, I specialized in designing and building luxury hotels and resorts all over the globe. And here's my quick little story about the detailing within a five-star hotel development. Let's talk about something that pains me uh, here on the Russian market. Obviously, this is not so much of a problem on the European market, or the American market, although it's still present there. But here, it has taken the form of an avalanche, really. I mean, Russia is trying to develop a hospitality industry, something it never historically had. So you've got a lot of very rich people working together with a lot of unexperienced people trying to build 4 and 5 star hotels and resorts. And well, they trying to. I think they really believe that in the future, when this whole schmozzle actually ends and international operators move back into the country, that they will be able to compete on par with distinguished European, Americans, and international brands. And there's one key aspect that the Russian market keeps missing, and this is probably why we have decided that this is probably the end of us on the Russian market. I don't think we can fight these tendencies. There's only so much patience a person can have. But this item is attention to detail. Not so much attention to detail, but actually understanding why details um, is where the customer experience actually lies when it comes to five-star hotels and resorts, their long-term longevity, and especially right now in the beginning, because Russia is in the beginning of its hospitality industry, is establishing a brand culture, a brand awareness, and actually telling your clients of who you are, why you exist as a hotel chain. So, what do you offer? What's different about you? What is different and better about your hotel brand, and why somebody should become your long-term client? And working with working with European, Italian, Greek, Australian clients, obviously a developer will always want to cut costs, and at the end of the day, I mean, this is a business. A hotel is a business. A resort is a business. A casino is a business. A nightclub, a restaurant is a business. And the key objective of every business is to be able to open your doors again tomorrow and the day after, make money in the process, and look into the future, hopefully favorably. And this is that particular aspect, that aspect of long-term thinking when it comes to hospitality and the detailing within hospitality objects, that is completely absent from the Russian market. And I don't think this tendency will change in the next 5, 10, 15 years, or until this generation of hotel owners changes around. And are replaced by people who actually have a detailed and thorough hospitality experience. And at the moment on the Russian market, the way we work, and God knows we've done probably about in the past 3 years, like I don't even know, I think 8, 9, maybe even 10 hotels. The story is the same. Yes, hello, we bought an old Soviet building, or we bought a block of land, and we want to build a hotel, and we want that to be a five-star hotel. So we want it to be regulated and certified by the government as a five-star establishment. So what is the criteria for a five-star hotel? And obviously the criteria is equipment, amenities, room size, the presence of a spa center, MICE conference, professional tourism, so on and so forth. So once you once you tick all these boxes, theoretically you have a five-star hotel, which can have the 5 stars, the 5 golden stars in front of the entrance, and there you go, Bob's your uncle. You've got a five-star hotel. But in reality, we see two different approaches. I mean, almost just about all international brands have left Russia because it's impossible to work here for an international company at the moment. But before this whole thing started, working with Four Seasons, working with the Marriott Group, working with Lotte as a nation 5-star developer, there's a clear difference. When an international brand comes in, the first point of attention and the last point of attention is customer experience. So when I enter that hotel, I need to be able to understand, look, feel, sense that I am in a privileged environment, that this place is here to provide me with a service that I deserve. When it comes to a Russian 5-star development, it's mostly an interviewing of that particular investor, of an oligarch or an ex-government official that has the financial capability of building that kind of place. But the underlying note, and that is quite visible everywhere the moment you walk into public bathrooms, into a restaurant, into a cafe, and into a spa center within that hotel, is it's cheap. It's just cheap. It's it's quite often designed, fairly well. It's bright. It's impressive. It's a, I'll probably say it's a bit leaning towards the Asian side as far as the design is concerned, and it's there to give you a quick, glamorous first impression. But once you actually sit down and you look at the details, you try to open a tap, and it's cheap. Your soap dispenser, it looks pretty. It's nice and glossy. It's made out of metal. But once you try to get some soap out of it, it's cheap. You look at you get a towel in your hands, and you can see that but by the fiber consistency that it is cheap. You put in your robe, it's got the hotel logo, and it's a fairly nice robe. But if you were to take that robe to a proper Four Seasons suite, or a Four Seasons spa, or a Chi spa, or a Mandarin spa, or anything like that, once again that feeling is, oh bloody hell, this is cheap. And this is a consistent problem here, that they're going for the looks but not for the substance, and we have found it absolutely impossible to change that market mentality, because the clients simply don't understand. They have an X amount of money, they want an X amount of product for that money, and that thing is just not possible. To give in comparison, you're trying to buy a brand new car, so you have an X amount of money, and you want a car that represents you as a privileged client, and a car that will serve you with its function and with its level of comfort as a privileged client. And you walk into a typical car lot, and you've got, on your right hand side, you've got your Jaguars, you've got your Range Rovers, your Aston Martins, and so on and so forth. So you've got your upmarket positions, and on the left hand side, you've got your typical business class BMW, Mercedes, and a little bit down the road, some nice Toyotas. And if you sit in any of these cars, principally they do the same thing. They've got four wheels, they've got a steering wheel, they've got an engine. If you push on the accelerator pedal, they will go forward. But I mean, that's no offense to Toyota. I love Toyota, they're brilliant cars. But if you sit in a brand new Camry, it's a business class sedan, and it's all there. All the equipment is there. The automation is fantastic. It's a nice car to drive. But the moment you get out of a Toyota and you sit in your brand new Range Rover Evoque, the feeling is completely different. And there's still a steering wheel, there's still a number of controls, there's still a gas pedal and a brake pedal. You push it, it goes forward, you push the other one, it stops. It's got four wheels, it does the same thing, but that level, the sense, how should I say it correctly? The kinesthetic sensation that you get within being inside a Range Rover is incomparable to the Toyota. They're both good cars, but that level of finesse, the level of detail, the level of materials, the plastic chrome or the real metal chrome, the real leather versus the eco, whatever they're using these days, the synthetic leather, which is diamantine, the way it used to be called back in the days. So you can actually feel that one particular car, yes, it's a lot more expensive, but everything about this car, it says, I'm built for you, I'm quality. I'm here to impress you. I'm here to impress your friends. I'm here to impress your family. I'm here to impress your colleagues. I'm here to provide the maximum level of comfort. I'm gonna cost you more, uh, but you're gonna get the sensation of being in a privileged car. So when it comes to hotels, that level of details is completely missing. So looking long term with investors, especially once again in Russia, trying to save money on these details, is you've got this picture, but you've got this. And I do apologize to Chinese friends, but you get a Chinese car from a decade ago. So it's got a lot of screens, it's got a lot of gizmos, things are highly automated, but the sensation of the car is, you can feel it's cheap. It's made from substandard, low quality materials. It still has the same function. It's the finesse, that language in which a hotel owner and a client communicate by providing that service, providing that particular product, that is missing completely. What does it do long term? Long term, well, in the paradigm of this particular market, is that high quality hotels, 5-star hotels that are trying to establish themselves here within this market at the moment are simply not offering that service. And as the Russian car currency in the past few months has jumped, the first thing that we see within the Russian market is that international tourism just increases dramatically. So regardless of how much investment the Russian market has made into internal tourism, when it has grown considerably, the moment the ruble goes up and the euro and the pound and the American dollar goes down, if a Russian tourist had the ability to do so, they would still go to Greece, they would still go to Italy, they would still go to Turkey, they would still go to France or Spain or Portugal or any other Asian country, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, just because they will visit that particular hotel that I've been visiting for the past decade. It will be a 5-star all-inclusive hotel experience, and they will receive the service, and most of all, they will receive that finesse that they believe they deserve for their money that they spend. So this is where the details come in. It's the long-term client acquisition. People are not stupid, and they understand that when they pay for a 5-star hotel, and mind you, pricing between Russia or a European 5-star resort, or an Asian 5-star resort, or American or Australian 5-star resort are actually very, very similar. So you'll be paying about the same amount of money. Sometimes in Russia, because of lack of really good quality 5-star developments, you will probably be paying more here because of obviously unavailability and lack of competition. But at the end of the day, I have this feeling, have a fear that once the international situation changes and proper 5-star operators move back into the country, start offering that level of service, that level of design, and that attention to detail and proper, expensive, luxury fit out of hotels, I feel that the Russian brands that have created now some sort of branding within the country, they will be either absorbed or they will simply go bankrupt, because they will not be able to offer the service which a person who is looking to stay in a 5-star resort is expecting and able to pay for. That is it. Thank you kindly.